This video is about the cQ-Volume DATR indicator. This is the indicator down here. It's a volume indicator and could also work as a confirmation indicator. It's similar in design to the WAE, but this one doesn't use MACD. This is just the DATR, which is directional ATR, where the candles that are up are added to the up ATR, and the candles that are down, or the closes below the open, that's added to the down ATR. So that's the foundation of this. And then it's run into a moving average, which right now we have the SMA selected, an 8-period, close. These here are used for the ALMA and the T3. The bands, which is this red line right here, currently it's set at signal single channel. That means it's basically a moving average of this histogram, both up and down. There are four different band modes. You can see them here. Standard deviation single channel, standard deviate, which is this. And then there's the standard deviation dual, which is this one. And then there's the standard, or the signal single, which is what we had originally, and signal dual. Basically, when it prints an orange bar, then there's enough volume for the down. If it prints a blue bar, then there's enough volume for the up, potentially. These colors are changed. You can change them up here. Normal is probably the best one to start with, but then there's the slope, where if it's increasing, then it will print the brighter color. If it's decreasing, like here, this blue, or this blue here, this darker blue is below this blue. These seem to be about the same or increasing. This one's decreasing. So that's what I mean by slope. And this one increasing, it only prints a bar of the original trend change, and then if it's increasing. Like here, these are all increasing. Obviously, these aren't, so it prints it that way. Reversal, if you're trading the no-nonsense way, you probably don't want to use this. I just stuck it in there for people that do. So anyway, we're going to leave it at normal. We're going to use the SMA. And then the bands down here, we're going to use an SMA. Deviation set at 1. We're on the signal dual channel. We can try the standard deviation. And for example, maybe that might be too low for you. We'll put it here. We'll zoom out a little bit. And I'd like to also mention, you can go here, and on the Experts tab, it will print the percentages of up, percentages of down, and then the percentages of no trend, or the gray candles. You can change this indicator label so like if you wanted to add another one, here we'll put this as DATR2, and we'll go here and we'll change this one to DATR 1. And this is basically, so for example, if you wanted to save this setting, you like this setting, and then you want to change it, and you want to be able to compare. So you can do that, and then you can change this one. We'll try that. And you can also have this up, and then now you can see this is the DATR2, and then this is what currently the DATR1 is showing. So that's one way of using this indicator. Then we have the minimum level, which is really just the ATR, because normalization in this for volume doesn't seem to work very well. So anyway, I'm just using the ATR, and you can change the period. You can make it really short and get it really choppy, which is this yellow line right here. Or you can leave it at that, or you can move it to 0, for example, if you don't want to deal with it at all. The next thing I'd like to do is show you how to find a good setting for your algorithm. The first thing you do is put your baseline on the chart, and this is a new one. It's a baseline trend direction, but I'm just going to use it for reference. It's an adaptive Jarek indicator. And then what you do is you put some vertical lines on areas where you would like to enter the trades. Okay. I mean, you may not get them, but you can at least start with something like that. For example, I'll put it here, and that should be good enough for now. And then what you do is you adjust. The next thing you do is you set the deviation to 0 and the minimum level multiplier to 0. And I'm just going to use normal, a 10 SMA for both the moving average, DATR moving average type, and the bands moving average type. Okay, so that's what you try to do is you try to, for example, this is a downtrend. We're going to try and scoot this over a little. So we'll shorten this. Try 8. Okay, it made it there. Didn't make it there, but it got it on that one, which is not much different. Then there's one. It made it there. This one made it. So the next thing you do is we will turn up the deviation and try and remove some of the false volume indications, which that's a little low. We'll try 1.2. Be nice to get rid of that, for example, or just areas where there's, it's not doing so bad right now, but we can try even. And if you want to see how the changes, you can open this and you can see generally these numbers here. A good one is 20 to 30 or above. This one has a lot. You'll have a lot of false triggers because it's too low. This line probably has to come up. I'll put it to 5. Oops, I turned. Oh, it is one. We'll try. Okay, well that, you can see what that, we're getting down in the ballpark now, so then the last thing you do is you bring up the ATR level. And I'm just going to select 2. And all you want to do is find these areas where it's flat. And obviously you don't want to enter. If you can avoid it, there are settings where you won't get that. And you won't get these. There's a number of moving averages, and you just have to spend some time and figure out what you want to do. But in essence, that's the idea right there, and that's the indicator. So